Alright, we are in the KV-2 1940. We don't want the concrete shell. Explosive mass, 5.1 kilograms. Explosive mass, 3.83 kilograms, but a little bit better penetration, and honestly, I don't think we need that much more. We're gonna have a few HEs in reserve, because why the hell not? Actually, we want to switch just to the D's here. Get about a good 12, because we're going to get 12 kills, right? You got to stay positive. But I haven't played the KV-2 in a while. Oh, we should have looked at camouflages. We may have spawned in a battle that is already taking place. Look at these STZ T-34 Easies. We should just call them Easies. Oh, the T-34 spam. But I mean, there's a reason that I almost said the Germans. There's a reason the Russians switched tank production, you know, from big, heavy KV-1s and modernized KV-1s, the KV-1E, to T-34s. I mean, history's history, mates. And one could argue it was a little bit better than, you know, the stock T-34 was probably a little bit better than the stock Sherman as far as fighting tanks. As far as also engaging infantry, you know, that's a different story. So we've got some action here. I'm going to just try to put myself in the thick of it. Probably going to get shot from all sides. It's going to be glorious. But we're going to see what we find out here. Excuse me, please watch the grid square. KV-2 killed a Panzer IV F2. Well done, Snowman. Bum, bada, bum, bum. Oh, there he is. Mr. Snowman's over there. Let's see if we can see that giant tower of Stalin sticking out from some snow dune. And then a smoking... I'm assuming this could be the Panzer IV? Perchance? Any flanking in effect? So the sun just reflecting off the sun makes it kind of... Did it? The sun reflecting off of the snow. I don't believe the sun is able to reflect off of itself. So pardon my French. You little titties. T-34. What's up, buddy? We see anybody? Because I would love to shoot him. I want to shoot him. What you shooting at? You see what he's shooting at? Oh, there he is. See the machine gun over there. Ah. There we go. Right through the turret of an M4A3 105. Can I just say that the Americans need more derp tanks? And that brings up an excellent question. Like, what other American derp tanks are there that we could get? And I know I want the Churchill AVRE in here. Dude, Snowman just killed a second Panzer, this time a Panzer III. We're about reloaded here. Oh, we got shells coming in from over yonder window. And I'm gonna drive like a derp, like Stalin taught me. Stalin. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You gotta love this thing, man. If you're reloaded. Oh god. Yeah. Was that a little locust? Was that a little babby? But we've got this, what, 50-second reload? So you may see him, but you may not be able to capitalize on him, right? So I'm gonna turn my turret so maybe it's a little bit, hopefully, in theory, angled better. I think there are some... I'm hoping that guy's still there. Oh, I saw someone else. I saw some movement. Because if they are, I mean, that's just dandy. Should we cross this? That's dumb. Is that Sherman still alive? Is this guy alive? Yeah. Excuse me. Let me rephrase, guys. I know, you guys like to correct me on things. He's, talking shit, and I got hit in the turret ring. 3 guys down. Reload's gonna take approximately 4 gulags. 4 gulag cycles. But we're at 3 kills, mate. We're feeling pretty good. KV-2, strong. We don't need a repair, though. So I'm assuming the guy who got us in the turret ring was that one over by that tree. But you gotta love this tank, man. It's fun. Like, once you kind of get a feel for the, you know, velocity trajectory of the shells, which isn't as terrible as you might think. Oh, good. I got a Brazilian T-34-42 on my flank. Where are they? Guys, do you see them? Because I definitely got hit pretty... Where? Oh. T-34 killed an M10 right over there? That... I'm gonna assume that was the guy who killed me. Oh. Oh, that's a little Stuart. You're so cute. Come here. Come here, little Stuart. Does he see a target and he's going? Nope. What's up, buddy? I got your back. We're driving straight to Berlin. Oh, the Stuart. He's so cute. He's so cute, though. Oh, he's on fire. He's on fire. Da, 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 da. You want to see overkill? Me too. Mine. I should have, like, in actual tactics, I should have let the T-34 finish him off because he's got the much quicker reload rate. And, you know, I don't. Hostile teams capping C. Should we flank with a KV-2? See, a lot of the viewers of mine that have been around for a while, they've noticed and commented that my style of play is, like, hyper-aggressive. And I would definitely say that's true. So, like, there's some games where I'm rewarded for playing aggressively. And then, obviously, there's games where I get punished. Absolutely just, like, I get smacked in the face with, like, a 4-foot salmon by, like, a bunch of Inuit people who are like, Baron, you ain't supposed to be here. You know, just, like, silly stuff like that. Like, it's logical that that stuff happens, right? But that's basically what happens. Are we capping? Is anyone over here? I mean, we're just routing them. T-34. Now we gotta look over here. Binoculars. I see a dead tank. Dude, you know what? Come on, I wanna see some enemies. We need one more for an ace. And then we're pretty much like the kings of the castle. Oh, that's a friendly KV-2. Look at the KV-2s, man. See, this is a tank that, like, you fucking what? What you shooting at? Oh shit. Dude, I commend you on that. Did you kill him? I don't think he did. Sailed it. We sailed the target. That was a bad shot, guys. Oh. He got hit. Look at it. Look how long it takes for the turret to rotate. Oh. Oh my god. Guys. Don't you hate that sound? Ooh! Panzerbefehlswagen 4! Oh, okay. I thought we got hit by artillery. Damn it. See, that's what you get for talking shit. Aw, man. Look how many respawn points it takes. So, now we're going back to the Flacosaurus Rex. And I'm just doing all ATs. Excuse me, please. Because we just want to get in the battle as soon as possible. And if we encounter enemy vehicles. But this kind of sucks. Like, we probably should have just... Let's see, can we get artillery? No, we can't. Alright, if there's any enemy planes, I know the Germans specifically, it seems, love to get up in the air. BF-109s, like, you know, manually dropping, manually aiming is pretty common. Why don't we pick a quicker route? So this battle's probably going to end, but I'm pretty excited to try out the KV-2 107. It's one of those vehicles that, you know, it had a very brief moment of existence in history, never took place in combat. It was just in training, or rather testing, not even training per se. Do we have any aircraft up here? Fences slow you down, truck? You need an American engine in there. You need some General Motors company, not some of this crap. Watch someone be like, well, actually, this is used, you know, American engines, so Baron, I think you're a little twat waffle. And I'm like, that's just kind of rude. Perfectly. Oh, yeah, so the other thing, here's the thing. Just a fun talking point is the other day when we released the Charby1 video, people were saying, like, there was a small minority. If you look at, tits. Oh, that's friend. The Panzerbefehlswagen, a PS4 user, is wrecking. There's a 4M Gaz in here. But people were like, hey, there was a very small minority that were like, that's clickbait. And I said Charby1 gameplay. And the video was me and a Charby1 playing War Thunder. So you're wrong, mates. And that's just how it goes. So with that, that's your house. No, I would never shoot your house with a Gaz. I might roll over with a KV-2 steamroller if you wanted it wrecked, you know, because I'm a nice guy like that. Dang, man, that one talking shit moment, and we went from near the top to where shit talkers go, nice in the middle of the pack. But, so let's see. It should say, like, total shots, because then you'd have, like, a feeling of accuracy and stuff like that. We sailed that one shot, and that was just... Oh, it hurts, man. It feels bad to see that shot. So once again, the KV-2 1940, got to preview it. It's pretty fun. Right now, anyway, it seems like it has a longer reload. But it does seem... Well, I guess that would make sense, right? I don't know why. Maybe because of the less or the more confined armor. Like, look at that. Those two guys are standing. This is the 1939, by the way. But you can see here, these shells are like modeled like that, right? More angular or more rounded on the tips. 1940, let's see if they look a little more cramped. They are a little more cramped. So actually, the 1940 just has the more maybe cramped turret, but that also looks more comfortable being able to sit down in the turret. Can you imagine 4 of you, like you and your 3 bros, or 3 of your tovarishes, and you're sitting in this giant turret and there's these huge explosive rounds, and then you're looking through this little frickin' sight and you're just like, oh shit, look at that. There's a machine gun up there. Holy crap. What? Why is it here if it's up there? You know, so anyway, back to you and your tovarishes, right? And you're up there in that turret and you're like, yeah, comrade, let's shoot this bunker, you know, and then a Panzer III sneaks out and just shoots a 50 mil, and your 2 tovarishes in the back get their heads blown off. There's bone fragments and blood all over you, and you got to rotate this turret like hand crank, and this Panzer III just don't give a shit. Anyway, war's scary stuff, man, when you really think about it. But KV-2 in video games, man, it plays really well, but in real life, oh, it would be so hard to use. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, KV-2 1940, a little bit of a preview for you right there. Let me know what we should play next. And let's go back to that one very important question. What American derp tanks do we need in the game? Oh yeah, we need a German 4-engine bomber and a Charby1, because I had to make my own because you guys wouldn't. Thank you, bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. Welcome back to War Thunder. We're going to be looking at the KV-2 1940 today. We've got a little bit of a 2-day preview on this bad boy. Now, there's a few differences between the 1940 and the 1939. And if at a cursory glance you think, oh, this one's from 1940, it's better than the one from 1939, you're going to be mistaken. There are some slight differences, and just at cursory glance, here is the 1939. Notice there's a lot more angling on the front of the turret. On the sides here, the turret ring is a little bigger, where, you know, well, it's not necessarily the turret ring, but it is kind of like the lower part of it, traditionally where you would shoot at to try to hit the turret ring. And there's no machine gun right here. And there's no machine gun in the back of the vehicle, so it actually doesn't have machine guns, which I believe in all actuality the 1939 did have one hull-mounted machine gun, but the 1940 also has that machine gun and one added in the rear of the vehicle. So, but here you go, you look at this thing and there's just a lot more flat surfaces on it when you take a look at it. Granted, this one's got these little like kind of pronounced cheeks here, but then it also has that, and it's got curving, and even the rear of the turret is angled a little bit, which I think does help. They both seem to have the same size silhouette. Maybe this one's just a little bit shorter in terms of it. You can see how the third ladder rung is sticking up as almost like a handle instead of kind of like, I don't know, a foot rung. What would you call it? A foot rung. Flat part here. It's a little narrower on the sides, but I think it's just bigger and flatter right here, which, in my opinion, you wonder, right? It's got a little bit more, right? It definitely does seem a little bit taller. Look at that. This is just cursory glance stuff. I mean, you can obviously look up the statistics of these vehicles on the Google or other search engines if one was so inclined. But I mean, for the most part, cursory glance, I'm wondering if this armor is better. But when you look at the actual armor, you see that it maxes out at 75 millimeters, gun manlet and all. Ooh, that's actually 70. And what are these little funny... Why are those... Why is that stacked? If they're like viewing pieces, right? Well, I guess those are there. So don't ever shoot those joints. But yeah, here's that rear machine gun. So from the back, it's definitely just all flat. So let's see, like, let's just take a look at max, like, effective thickness. You've got 85, and then since it all is flat, your effective thickness is more or less 75 to like 80-ish. You got a decent small rounded turret ring. You got this machine gun, which is a liability, and you don't want to hit the rings of it because that's also stacked. So there's this small little hole, you know, that you could use your T16 and shoot swamp rats through. But basically, that would be a vulnerable spot. And the machine gun in the back as well. But if you're like a little locust and you flank around, you know, that might be a difficult shot to hit. But, ooh, does that stack? Oh, we've got a... Oh, wow. There's the Death Star port right there. So if the M22 Locust X-Wing can sneak through, you've got a 40 millimeter shot right there that you could hit the back of the crew with. So this turret was designed to actually give the crew a little bit more room. They are surrounded by high explosive shells, so they're likely to get wrecked. Look at this. This is just like a matchbox, you know, and all you gotta do is pen it and it blows up. But everyone loves the KV-2s. It's really, really derpy. So this is the 1940. Here's the 1939. A little bit taller. I'd almost prefer, though, because like it seems like there's a lot more option to hit. I guess there's, you know, no, the effective thickness is pretty damn good right there. And it does minimize that. So it does have a smaller silhouette, right? But the trade-off here is the gun mantlet. Here you've got 90 millimeters in this front part, anywhere and around the gun mantlet. And then there's these like little, I wonder if these stack up actually, if you can kind of like, oh yeah, see that? 375 millimeters because of that little bit of extra. The turret ring, well, that's officially the turret ring, you can see right there. But I mean, that's usually where I like to try to hit T-34s, especially from the side, is like right there. That's beautiful. But then again, they don't have a nice big flat box sitting on the top. So a little bit of a higher profile. But in theory, it's supposed to make it less cramped, right? And that should, in a sense, help the crew fire better. Now, we have maxed out crews, and since this is a premium vehicle, you can check it out. You've got the 3 different shell variants here. What do we got? The AC shell, which is basically the anti-concrete shell, because KV-2s were designed to kill bunkers. The HE shell, and then the armor-piercing cap, ballistic cap, which should Shrek everything, assuming it pens. But then, and I think this is just unfinished, maybe, because by allowing the crew to have more space, that effectively would allow them to perform their functions at a faster rate, right? So what we're gonna do here is count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, Salamander, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So when you look at that, about 25 seconds we were at, you can keep counting, we're at about 50%. So that's like a 50-second reload speed for a maxed out, aced out crew on the KV-2 1940. And technically they should be a little bit faster. But the reload here is just incredibly long. Relative to the 1939. So I think that's something that, like, you know, work in progress type stuff. So we're going to return to the hangar, and now we're just going to do a quick reload and fire on the KV-2 1939. Yes, good. Test drive. Realistic battles, because apparently you're not allowed to play other game modes or you're a pleb. Elitists. Dude, you're the guys that, like, the communists come for first. I just want you to know that. You know. Alright, so. Alright, now get your counters out, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-ish. So it's like 10 seconds faster on the KV-2 1939. But maybe it's supposed to be more, but it seems like by having a bigger turret, you know, the crew's got more space, right? Da, tovarish, da. Look at that, right in your tracks, mate. What a beautiful shot. So, doesn't fire well on the run. Surprise, put 152. But what I think is interesting about the KV-2s is we're going to get a few more. We're going to get 2 more specifically. One is a German premium one, and the Germans did capture a lot of KV-2s. And what, KV-2 754R, the Sturmpanzerkampfwagen, and they were used for artillery observation in a lot of cases, which is kind of funny. But then we've got one with a 107 millimeter, which was, there was one prototype made and was used for testing, but they pretty much scrapped all Clement Voroshilov tanks in favor of T-34s and Joseph Stalin variants of vehicles. So the KV-2 fell by the wayside around 1941. So anyway, those are just some differences. Now let's get into the action, because that's why we're really here.